Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie, and I am here on the Holland America Koningsdam. In this video, I'm going to give you a full walkthrough ship tour and a peek here at my Neptune Suite. Let's go! The Neptune Suite is a large suite with 2 chairs, a king-size bed, a small desk area that turns into a vanity, as well as a mini bar setup that includes 2 bottles of water and a bottle of sparkling champagne. You also have the couch, television area, as well as large closets. But the draw to me is the bathroom. The bathroom is huge. You have a large separate shower, the whirlpool tub, and then the 2 sinks. So you have plenty of space for 2 people to be in this area of the bathroom at the same time. But what I really like what they did was including all of your bath products. So your shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, lotion, and they separated the toilet. So the toilet has 2 doors on either side. So if you have guests, they can use the bathroom without going into your room. And the balcony is huge. This is such a great treat to be out here, especially on an Alaska sailing. Now we'll zip down to deck number 1. This is where the art gallery is located. So you can see all the art around. You can have a private meeting with one of the art hosts on board. They did offer different seminars and workshops, but the main areas are going to be on decks 2 and 3. So heading up to deck 2 in the aft or back of the ship, we'll find the dining room. This is the general dining for everyone on board. You could pick a set time, so they have early and late, or anytime dining. If you have anytime dining, you can make a reservation. They had a desk set up as we boarded, so you could make a reservation so you didn't have to just stand and wait. I will say on our sailing, the waits were very long though for people who didn't have reservations. Coming around towards the front of the ship, we'll find Club Orange. This is the dining room for those in suites or who have purchased a Club Orange add-on. The area here is a favorite area of mine as you're sailing Alaska. It tends not to be as busy as the major lounges. You have a window all to yourself. This area was used for wine tastings throughout the voyage. You can sign up at any of the bars, and they hosted them here right outside of Club Orange. So as I said, Club Orange is available for those in suites, or you can pay an extra daily charge to have access to it. It's really lovely. It's a small dining room, so you have more personalized attention. And then they have special entrees and appetizers. So this tuna tartare salad was one of our favorites. They had an incredible shrimp lemon pasta dish. The orange plates just shows you that this is a Club Orange exclusive. Continuing to head towards the front of the ship, we come across the Ocean Bar Lounge. So as you can imagine, those seats fill up very quickly on our sea days. So this is a great area for a pre-dinner drink. You'll notice the piano there, but we didn't have any live music in this lounge during our cruise. The lounge continues, so it's quite a large space, one of the larger spaces on board. Right across, you're going to find Rudy's. This is a seafood specialty restaurant available for an extra charge. It's small, so you definitely want to get your reservations early, pre-cruise if you possibly can, to make sure that you have a chance to eat there. This desk right here is for restaurant reservations once you're on board. You could head up that spiral staircase to deck number 3. You can see the atrium lobby kind of goes through all 3 decks. So you can look down over the art gallery from up here on deck 2. Then coming around the corner, we'll find the Pinnacle Grill. This is an additional specialty restaurant with an extra charge. It has a number of different seafood and steak options. Wonderful service. This restaurant is a little bit bigger than Rudy's, but reservations are still strongly recommended, making them in advance or again once you get on board. Highly recommend the bacon. This is a must get if you are eating at Pinnacle Grill and you eat pork. Across from Pinnacle Grill is the Ocean Bar. I will tell you, we had some real issues with bar service on our May 2023 cruise. It seemed like they would only have one bartender available during the busiest times of night, like particularly when the shows were getting out or people were getting ready for dinner. So service was very slow at the bars, even with wait service at your table. So just bring your patience to the Koningsdam. Hopefully they may make some corrections to it over time, but it does take quite a bit to get a drink. I think it doesn't help that everyone has the drinks package. Now we'll find BB King's Blues Club. This was where things were happening every night. They had an incredible blues band on board. People were dancing, having a great time. Highly recommend getting here early if you can to get a seat, but people kind of move in and out the lounge, so we never had trouble finding a seat somewhere. But these front row chairs kind of go early because the band really is so much fun. There was a special orange party here one of the evenings, so be sure to pack some orange items to celebrate Holland America's Dutch heritage. They came around with little appetizers. They had special cocktails you could purchase, and just a really fun dancing night. Here on deck 2, you'll have more of the high-end jewelry or high-end souvenirs in these different shops. The shops will be closed when you're in port. They'll only reopen when you are out to sea. So here we were docked, so that's why all of the souvenir shops are closed. But if you're looking for jewelry or watches, all of that's available here on deck 2. This is called the music walk because the idea is you could walk through this area and hear all different kinds of music. So here to the right, as you're facing the front of the ship, you're going to find the Rolling Stone Lounge. So this was a rock band. This was a hard rock band. People were really jamming out here. And then that would alternate sets with Billboard, which is right across. And I'll show you that lounge in a second. But this lounge is a great area during the day if you just want a quiet spot to relax in air conditioning. There are windows available. You can open the shades and enjoy. They had special Scotch and bourbon tastings here at this cool little table right in between the two lounges. And then you have Billboard on board. So this is 2 piano players that sing but kind of back and forth and sing duets. Trivia took place in here, and it would alternate sets between Rolling Stones. You would have the Billboard players would play, and then Rolling Stone would play. So people kind of move back and forth one end to the other. There is a bar here on the Billboard on board side. And again, this also has windows if you wanted to have a cool place to hang out. So that is your music walk, the Rolling Stone Lounge, the Billboard on board, and the BB Kings. So lots of stuff happening here in the evenings. Walking past the elevators, we'll find the entrance to the World Theater. This is where the evening shows took place. You can enter here on the bottom level, or there's also an entrance up on deck 3. Kind of weave your way around to the front of the theater. So just know that you're kind of coming in at the side near the front as you enter. This is a theater in the round, so it's designed to give you different perspectives. And it's really interesting to watch how the performers or even the lecturers who are giving their talks about nature or things you'll be seeing on your cruise kind of adapt to this setup, having things, audience members all the way around you. Now heading up to deck 3, this is where you'll be able to access the outside. Just past the entrance to the theater from deck 3, you'll find the doors headed out to the walking track. Now, one thing Holland America is known for is having walking tracks that go all the way around the deck. Here, 3 laps equal 1 mile. You'll be walking right next to all the lifeboats. So the view isn't terrific as you head around, but you can get up a brisk pace and make your way all the way around with only 3 laps to get a mile. On deck 3, this is also where the casino was located. The casino, again, is only open, similar to the shops, is only open when the ship is out to sea. It has a nice casino bar if you want to just relax there and enjoy some of the view. Sometimes they had the curtains open, sometimes they closed them, kind of depending on where we were. Now, because remember, in Alaska, the sun doesn't really set, so it can stay light pretty late, especially if you're headed to Alaska in July or August. So you may want to bring those sunglasses or nightshades if that's going to be a problem for you. On deck 3, we're going to find more shops as we head towards the back of the ship. And then you have this area where you can look down over BB King's. Now, there isn't a ton of seating here, but it is a great bird's eye view of all the dancing and fun that's happening down at BB King's. As we continue to move towards the aft or the back of the ship, we'll find more shops. This is more of your souvenir type shopping. I really enjoy all of the art and statues on the Koningsdam. I think they did a really interesting job finding unique pieces that you may not find on other ships. Heading towards midship, we're going to find the Dutch Cafe. So this is a great option if you just want a little snack or a light lunch. They have different types of specialty coffees and teas, as well as snacks and desserts. So you have these chairs overlooking the atrium, again, that looks all the way down to deck 1, where we started in that art gallery. And then there's this cute little cove where you can enjoy your beverages or, take a high table. Some people were working in there during the cruise. It gives you a great spot that's outside your cabin if you have some emails to do. And then here's a glimpse at some of the treats they had available. And then the menu, you can see here they have different options. You order them, they give you a number, and then they call you back up. Heading towards the back of the ship, here we find the deck 3 entrance to the dining room. Also on deck 3 near the Dutch Cafe is where you're going to find guest services. So here's a beautiful look at the dining room. This is from deck 3 looking down over to deck 2. You can see lots of tables for twos, some larger tables, but you'll want to work with the maitre d' if you do have a large group to make sure you can all be accommodated in the same section. Here they were serving breakfast. Down below, breakfast is first come, first serve. It's dinner where you would have those set dining times, and you may want to make a reservation. Now we're popping all the way up to the top of the ship to take a look at some of the sun decks. This is where you're going to find the crew area. So we're all the way in the back of the ship here, just above deck 11, and this is the sun deck. Now we were again on an Alaska sailing, so we're in a lot of lounge chairs out to enjoy the sunshine on this deck. You have the outdoor stairwells that kind of go up and down, and then or you can access it from inside via an elevator. Only certain elevators go all the way up to these top levels, so you'll want to pay attention. There'll be a third elevator button that clearly says for deck 12, for deck 11. So you want to make sure you hit that button to make sure you're getting an elevator that would come all the way up to the top here. We're going to find the sports deck here. So pickleball has really taken off on these cruise lines. So they've changed some of their basketball courts into pickleball courts. So pickleball was very popular on this sailing. And if you watched my video on the Westerdam, you know the pickleball was very popular on the Westerdam as well when we set sail to Japan. Our sailing was very windy, as you can see it blowing through the net here, so not a lot of people were playing. Then you have the classic shuffleboard if you wanted to play that, and some outdoor workout equipment up here on the sports deck. As you head towards midship, you will find an outdoor jogging track that goes around the top of the covered pool. This is very short jogging track. Now heading down, we're going to find Tamarind and Nami Sushi. This is an extra charge restaurant. To the right, as you enter the restaurant, you'll find the sushi bar, and then the restaurant kind of takes up the rest of the area with a bar to the left. Reservations are strongly recommended. Again, you can make them in advance or once you're on board, but this is a little secret area. Now don't tell everybody, but we loved coming up here for our pre-dinner cocktails. You did not need to have a reservation at Tamarind. We had excellent service. They have wonderful wines available because it does service the restaurant. So don't tell anybody, but that's a great place to hang out. Heading down, you can head down these outer staircases that kind of go out over the ship, and then you'll find the aft pool. So this is a great pool area with a couple whirlpools. You have your regular pool. This is also overflow seating for the buffet. So if you want to get some fresh air while you eat your breakfast, lunch, or dinner, definitely head out here. Then you also have a bar out here as well. Heading inside, we're going to find the buffet. So now we're on deck 10 at the aft of the ship. They have these cool hand washing stations. Not as many people were using them as I would have liked, but don't worry, because at the Holland America buffet, the staff serves you. It's not self-serve where you can just grab the tongs, with the exception of some very small areas where you can grab one or two things. But definitely be prepared to have the staff prepare your plate for you. On both sides of the buffet, you'll find a small bar area in case you wanted to grab a drink. And then the buffet's set up in different kind of areas depending on what the food is. So they have a great salad bar. I love the salad bar here. They had ahi tuna on it, a wonderful sesame dressing sauce if you kind of like those Asian flavors. The roasting pan was kind of your more traditional American food. They also had the Italian station and different specialties throughout the cruise. So on one side of the buffet, you're going to have the Italian, and then on the other side of the buffet, you're going to have the Asian. You can also grab meats cut to order. They have a sandwich station. So definitely take a full loop around to see all of the options that were available. They have ice cream and cookies and all the desserts here at the sweet spot. This is kind of the part closest to the pool. Now, closest to the pool, you'll find Canaletto. During the evening, this turns into a specialty Italian restaurant. Reservations strongly recommended. It is an extra charge, but during the day, you can use it as extra seating for the buffet. Now, heading out to the pool area, we'll find the pool bar. So this was hopping throughout the cruise. And again, this is another one of those bars where in the super busy time, they only had one bartender. It was so
odd. Like in the morning, they'd have 3, but then as everyone was coming back from excursions, they'd only have 1. They got to work on this. This is the gelato station. The gelato here is an extra charge. It's not included as part of your package. And then you have dive-in burgers. This is one of my favorite things on Holland America. If you saw my review on the Westerdam, you know that. I absolutely love the hot dogs and the burgers, and they have these delicious double battered fries. So my go-to burger is the cannonball with the bacon or the dive-in dog, because I do love that dive-in sauce. Here out by the pool area, you'll find a shower. Now, the pool area can be covered, so they opened and closed it throughout our sailing, sometimes just to open it a little to let in some fresh air, but otherwise it kept it in a nice warm temperature so people could swim, even though it was quite cool outside. Then you also have the whirlpools that were a warm temperature. Heading up the stairs there, we're going to find another bar. So there's bars on the 2 levels overlooking the Lido. They're kind of on opposite corners. And then you also have the pizza and the deli. So here, this is a good overview of the pool area. You have these great little couches and chaise loungers on the upper level. And then here is the deli and pizza. You can pre-order the pizza in the app. So if you don't want to stand in the line, make sure you open up the app to pre-order your pizza order. You can't get the sandwiches that way. You have to go stand in line for the sandwiches, but the pizza you can reorder. Now, heading towards the front of the ship, you have lots of bathrooms here on either side of the Lido. This is the thermal spa area. So inside's a large thalassotherapy pool with a lot of different jets. It also has a couple steam rooms and showers. This is the beauty salon. All of the spa treatments are an extra charge. You can make appointments in advance. Fitness classes are available for an extra charge. This is the spinning class. This was used for more of the workout classes, yoga classes, and then they have just regular equipment that's free to use or included to use with your cruise. But they have a list of the classes that are available. You can sign up for them, and then they're clear what are extra charge and what is not. Now, heading up, we're going to overlook the retreat area. So this is the retreat area. Again, we're at the front of the ship now looking towards midship. This is an extra charge area where you rent a cabana for the day, and it comes with some extra perks and services and, a fruit basket, and depending on what package you book. So this was very popular in Glacier Bay. Actually, people booked these. We hadn't seen anyone book it on our Japan cruise on the Westerdam, but it was a little more popular here. Then there's another sun deck up here. Again, on a warm weather sailing, this would be a lot more popular than the one here in Alaska. But the cool thing is you can walk all the way to get the view of the front of the ship. This is a great view as you're entering the ports in Alaska and as you're entering Glacier Bay. It tends to get very busy. The one thing I will warn you is you're not going to get great pictures up here because of that tinted glass. So that glass is treated. It makes it hard to take pictures through it. Crow's Nest is a very popular hangout. This also includes a coffee shop and where the shore excursion desk is located. Right when you walk in, you'll find the new art studio. So they set up this art studio and had different activities throughout the cruise. Some were an extra charge, some were included. So check the program to see what's available. And then heading in, you have the great Crow's Nest bar. We loved this bar. The bartenders were so friendly. There were usually 2 bartenders on staff here or rotating through with a number of servers. So service was a little bit better up here. Now these seats are hotly contested. People really love these seats and they get up early, especially on scenic cruising day. There's board games you can borrow. And then here you're going to find the shore excursion on the other side of the lounge. So on one side you have the art studio. On the other side, you're going to find the shore excursions and the coffee shop. So this is your specialty coffee shop. For those of you who love your lattes and espressos, you'll find them here. And that's the Koningsdam.
So that is the Koningsdam. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. Have you been on her? What was your favorite places to eat? And any tips or tricks you want to share?